So I'm super excited because the audience has been talking. Okay, the streets been talking. And y'all know I love talking to the streets. I be like, how many the streets been talking and authors are asking for help. Hey, I got this book I've been writing. I got the client, one of my clients, and I hope she makes it in. She was saying, I have a children's book and I have an adult book. How do I coexist with both parties? And you guys know I got raunchy and I have uplifting. All of my stuff is rooted in mental health, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But it's being able to find that balance. So today, a journey through digital publishing, entertainment, building transmedia empire. So that's what we do at EVOE. So we're a transmedia storytelling business, and I'll tell you what that means as we go on. So let's just move along. So why you should be even listening to me, right? I'm a guy who, you heard of 12 Years a Slave. I was like as a student, right? I had all of the book smarts, right? And I would apply it as I was getting it. So as I was going to school, I had no idea. First of all, I didn't want to go to college. I was kind of into college, right? And I was getting my associate's degree, and I did fashion, I did art, I did all these different things, and I had no idea what I really wanted to do. But I knew I was selling clothes. I knew that I had started a rap career at 15 years old. You know what I mean? And I knew that I had this music ability, and I was in the industry at a very young age. So I saw that you needed products to go. You couldn't just be a rapper. You needed t-shirts. You needed CDs. You needed more than just music. And I'm like, oh man, I'm getting all this forward knowledge, watching all of these moguls transform their rap career into more. And I would always get compared with Will Smith. He did Will Smith. And I'm like, well, Will Smith ain't even rapping for real, for real. Got someone coming in. Hey, Natalie, welcome. And we're just going over my story a little bit. And some of what we just talked about earlier this week. Welcome. Will Smith was a rapper, but he wasn't even focusing on rap during my age of 15, 16. He had went on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I'm like, they're comparing me with this guy, but he's not putting his energy in being a rapper. So I said, okay, I need to be paying closer attention. So since I'm forced to go to college, I might as well make it work. I got all those credits and was like, well, you can't graduate. Got a bunch of random credits. So I decided to focus more and get out of school. While I was doing my associate's program, now mind you, I graduated high school 2010. While I was doing my associate's program at the University of the District of Columbia, whoop, whoop, shout out to my Firebirds. While I worked at this concierge job, right? I worked overnight as the, Mr. Butler guy, the guy who was getting boxes on K Street, K City Vista. Go down to K Street, you'll see it. I was the guy, not that kind of working on K Street, y'all, okay? No, I was concierge, and I would work at the front desk of these $500,000 condos, and oh my God, I'm like, yo, these people and me, some of the people that live there, I'm like, yo, what happened to my life? How is these, and it's like daddy paid for it and go to school, and I'm like struggling in school, yo, what? I said, well, I'm not going to let this bother me, but I was so inspired to get out of poverty. I said, I did not want to be living I didn't want to be a front desk. I wanted to be living at the top floor, and I'll that because what you desire, you'll get. And I end up manifesting that later on, but I'll talk about that later. Listen, so I published my first book in 2012. I have that book here with us, guys. And irony of the name, The Rules of a Successful Failure, I made every mistake possible in this book. One, how many of you guys, and you can put a 1 in the chat box if you are an author, just so I can know who's with us today. If you don't mind going in the comment box. If you're an author, if you have a book out, or if you published, it doesn't have to be a book. Okay, we got 2 authors, and if you published anything, audio, video, that is publishing. So we're talking about publishing. I know I'm talking about books, but we're talking about publishing today, guys. The industry of publishing. Okay, so everybody in here published. So one of the things if you publish, editing. Now I'm an eager beaver, and I was just like, I'm tired of waiting for this girl to give me my book back. Like I gave him the edit, and when always good. Free takes forever. You know what I'm saying? Free phone note, like whatever. We're gonna make up into a thing. Put that on a t-shirt. If you listen, I was impulsive. Like, yo, I wrote this book. You need to come on. You're like, so I rushed it. I put the book out. So you see this book is huge, right? It's a big ass. Compared to these little books behind me, this book is huge. I wasn't paying attention to the clicking of the buttons. I was just click, 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 nothing gonna stop me. No editor, no nothing. And y'all, I got the, I didn't spill milk because I didn't know that it wasn't edited yet. I knew it wasn't, but I didn't know, when you write, it's like whatever. But somebody, I said, I'm gonna still sell it even if it was big. The lady is reading the book, and these some big letters in this book, y'all. She reading the book, she like, and I know wrong, but already got her money, and I'm like, oh God, every piece of syndrome, fear, hold on, I got somebody trying to come in, I'm sorry. Every bit of everything was going through my body as she was reading that book. Why would you read the book right in front of me? And big homie Jeffrey Banks just joined. I don't think he's purchased any of these purchased books, but I know that he's a grammar police. And he would tell you, he'll go on your Facebook and say, that ain't right. You need to fix that. But I didn't wait for my grammar. And I rushed the book out. And the book had all types of edits and issues in it. It was stuff that was so small that if I would have just asked somebody for help, or if I was a little more patient, that it would have been a different story. Bad news traveled from diseases in the 80s, right? So we're going to go to the next slide, right? So that's when, thank you, I appreciate the laugh. Thank you. I try my best, I be panhandling. Those who know, I founded it because I wanted to help authors and help people get their stuff out. One of the things that I learned is you got to make money. You found this out the hard way because I was a student for 12 years. Remember, I was a student for 12 years. I'm talking, as soon as I learned about financial aid, I was living off of financial aid. Like, talk about, I owe so much long debt. You see why I'm out here working so hard, okay? I'm on the field in a different way. But yes, I founded EVOE Exposure because I realized I'm not going to be the only person that had to struggle like this. I know other people. My mom wanted to put out a book. And I'm like, Mom, you know how hard it is to do that? I didn't want to do that for nobody. At first, I didn't want to help nobody because I was like, yo, this is so much work. I make so many. Why you want my help? She wanted me to help her. I was scared to help her. Since then, I've put over 50 books of my own out, right? Since 2012, and a bunch of fun ideas, things that, how you just let something pop in your head and you like. So it took me years to get to the point where I can just with what it is these days, right? But in the past, like, I would have to hire writers. I would have to hire a writing team just to sit in the room and bounce ideas off, right? And it's a lot of work, but being able to work with people, one of my who is in the chat, she just put out her own book on her own. I'm so proud of her because I call her like one of my favorite students. That's Tiffany. I heard the right, and she went and and she got it done. Like she took the she called herself a storyteller. She is. She likes story. I said, look, I'm gonna give you guys the formula, right? This to get your ideas out. First, whatever the idea is, you write the name of the idea down. And then you write down the different things that you want to talk about. Like you rant, like I gotta talk about. And Cousin Sue was a lying asshole. Like you gotta put those that you can't miss. You put those things down right under that header, right under that name of that book idea or concept, right? Those meat and potato things that make your bone cringe and you gotta get it out. Those are the things that you want to make as your little lines. And I'll tell you what to do with those lines. You make those into chapters or headers and things like that. But I'm going to get back into this. That's just one gem. Don't say I never give you nothing. I got to work with a dear friend, Brandon T. Jackson, and I helped him publish his first book. And now, if y'all know Hollywood actors, y'all know that they are always doing something, right? But the problem is when you doing things for other people, right? If you're acting in movies for other people, you're not necessarily the owner of that intellectual property, right? So you guys heard about Taraji P. Henson and everything that she was going through with Power and feeling like she didn't capitalize off of her career when she was doing these things. The problem wasn't that, and I'm not speculating, this is just film business. The problem wasn't that she didn't get the publicity that was promised. She may have got paid low at the time, but the money that goes into films is marketing dollars. Now you guys ask me, how do you get your stuff seen? Advertisement. Don't say I didn't tell you. So marketing dollars to making the movie the blockbuster that you see. making the hype, everything that you got media earned and media paid. When people ask you to come on and when you pay to go on, but you got to spend some money, right? So the problem is they spending money for marketing, right? She learned the habit of spend money for marketing. A lot of times marketing people do take advantage of people, right? That is very true. But what you need to focus on is your 100%. Now, this is the second gem I'm going to give you. I gave a little sprinkles of some nuggets, but this is the second gem I'm going to give you today, and that's getting your 100%. So me and Brandon, we've been in the trenches together. A lot of y'all don't know the prophecy, but there was a pastor who told me I was going to meet him 15, 16 years ago. It went to my head, but it never happened until I was grown and learned how to handle my own. So God is like, if God prophesies something to you, you still got to do the work. Long story short, I helped him publish his first book. And then we turned it into a series based off the second book. You're like, well, why is he saying this? Why he name dropping? What is this all about? What does this got to do with me making some money, right? So the issue is a lot of times people have products for other people, but not for themselves. You have to create your 100%. So that his movie just dropped, Trap City, is available now in theaters. You can go see it if you're in my area. It's in Owen Mills. Make sure y'all go see my boy's movie, Trap City. Young Jeezy, Clifton Powell, some more people. The point that I'm making is now that he has the marketing dollars, I'm in theaters. You can see me. His book is his 100%. Of course, I get my 5%. Not a lot, but I did my job. You know, his book is percent. Meaning, when people say, let me see what, like, go see what this book is about. That's all him. He don't got to pay no record label. He don't got to pay no industry exec. He don't got to pay no managers. He don't got to pay. So are you seeing what I'm saying, right? When you're out there and someone else is marketing for you to be out there, people who put you on their platform. If you come work for me, Big Homie just did some stuff for what's on network, right? Now, whatever we send that content, his face, his books, his artistry will be seen all over. Arnita's in the building. We got our deal. Boom, her publishing gets seen in 17 different platforms because we have these different mediums of seeing you. We put these things in place. We put the Audio Healing Mission podcast in place to promote the Audio Healing Mission audio. Also promotes the Audio Healing Mission books. And I'm going to get into that later. But I'm saying series, bundling up. And I'll get into the third gem. Gem number 3, quiet. Tell your kids to be quiet. Turn the dog down. The third gem is you are the product. You are the main. You that first line that I told you about a second ago. You're that first line. Emmanuel Simms. This guy, my book looked like a mixtape cover. This guy created Overtime Simms. What this book is about. Learning about my rap career. I had a very fast rap career. Oh, wow. I was in undergrad. I was a member of Pi Sigma Alpha, the Political Science Honor Society. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't even know that was in there. But my mom wearing at one of my shows, they say live fast, die young. That's the biggest BS. You live fast and you can live forever. Sophia Stewart. Mentioned her to you, Natalie, in the when we were on our meeting. Sophia, mother of the Matrix, right? She was just in an interview, but she always says this when we're on the phone. All movies are derived from books. Right? What am I saying to you? When you put out books first, somebody already adapted this into a movie. It's called Overtime. It's already a screenplay written for this book because I had the blueprint. You want to have your IP. I keep saying IP, intellectual property, right? You need to have your IP. And just for those who are questioning, once you create something, it is immediately copywritten. You want to go register it with the copyright people, but it is immediately copywritten when you create it, right? It's just when you hit save and it's done. Go market, go whatever you got to do, but for extra protection. But once it's created, it's protected. That might be gem number 4, depending on where you at in your publishing career. But Emmanuel Simms is that above the line mark, right? I want you to know about my rap career. Then I want you to know about Not that's more comedy than anything. I want you to know about my innovate to elevate, right? How I took literally growing up inner city, no father, mother always working. I was raised by a kid that was 3 years older than me, my big brother. I learned social skills from my sister. You probably wonder why I talk so much. That's not like a sexist thing. I literally learned my social skills from my sister. That's a real thing. She talk a lot too. So not like a women talk, just saying, if you don't cancel me before I get started. So why books should come first is you are creating that initial blueprint. Before The Matrix, before Terminator, before Star Wars, there was what book? Can somebody tell me in the chat? Before there was all of those movies, do y'all know, thank you Arnita, do y'all know what was the first book that inspired Matrix, Star Wars, and Terminator? Do y'all know which book? Come on, y'all, let's get involved with me today. I'm going to wait till one person say it. Do y'all know which? It's going to blow your mind. And all y'all, it's Sunday, and all y'all church folks in here, y'all should know which inspired these movies, right? I'm going to wait. There you go. The Bible. I know I gave y'all a hint, but that was it. The Bible inspired Star Wars. George Lucas talked about it. Sophia Stewart openly talks about how the Bible inspired The Matrix and all of those things. It's important to establish your intellectual property. Once you create it, it is copywritten. Yes, you can go register it and have it copywritten some more, right? Gem number 5, nothing beats a publishing date. Publish your stuff. This book did not end here, Hunty. What they say, Hunty? This book did not end here. It didn't. If you go on Amazon right now, you type in Emmanuel Simms, The Rules of a Successful Failure. I'm not trying to sell you anything, so I won't pull it up. But the book has been remastered. It has been resized, been recovered, redesigned to fit the new day and age that it is now, because you can always remaster, recreate. And I'm giving you permission if you need somebody to say it. If you put your book out, you're like, oh, I want to go add this. Put out a volume 2. Put out a 2nd edition. Put out a 3rd edition. Put out a 4th edition. Put out 1 poem. Put out 2 poems. Put out 1 audio. Put out 7 audio. Put out a bundle of all of your audio. Now that we got that established, children. No, I'm just kidding. I know y'all, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just trying. I used to be a teacher. All right. Transmedia storytelling is telling your story on different mediums. It's, again, Emmanuel Simms is that main bracket, right? And everything else is those moments that I felt my divorce. Oh my God, you want to know about that? Overtime Simms talks about my divorce so vividly. You want to know why my marriage didn't work? Listen to Overtime Simms in the 2000s. Promise you. You want to know why I'm happy now? Read Life Mastery. Because I've learned to master gratitude. I've learned to forgive and forget. I've learned to realize that, me and Tiffany had this conversation, a lot of people are responding off of their trauma. We walk through day to day responding to life off of our trauma. Even if you don't mean to, it happens. It is what it is. We're the same therapy. So I already talked about that, so let me jump through that. Common mistakes, again, that I made in this book was sizing, era, grammar, production details. I didn't pay attention to the important stuff. Yes, creating the art is fun, but we must pay attention to the details. And I know Big Homie, we about to create a t-shirt that say, I read your stuff. I know you need to hire me for it. So if you ever need an editor, you need someone to help you edit your books, he is the grammar police you want to hire. And I know sometimes that get annoying, right? But y'all listen to me. People who are OCD about certain things, that's their superpower. You need to put them in position to use their superpower. Don't be mad, oh, they critiquing my stuff. No. Hey, oh shit, good big bro. Good look. And go fix that. Because these failures are what lead to success. If people wasn't nitpicking, if she wouldn't have found, she was reading my book, y'all, on page 1. Oh my God. Listen, on page 1. I've been in the local eye since I was 16. By the time I turned 18, I signed to a minor label and was recording with hip-hop legend Curtis Blow. At the time, I was young and immature. Naive, I put the N-A with the double dot I-V-E to everything that was around me. It felt so good to be living a dream. Before I signed the new phase, and there's no commas, there's no breathing points. It's just like a nigga talk. And I would sit there as a concierge and I would write this book. Like just saying it as I was thinking, nobody had taught me how to write a book. I didn't go to book writing school. Guys, I'm going to just tell you the truth. I did not go to book writing school. I'm a fraud. I did not learn how to do this in a classroom. I learned everything else but that. So I'm telling you this to say, my guy, my girl, my love, all of you, listen, it don't got to be perfect. Fail on purpose, right? That's what you do on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back into it. Breaking it down into different departments. That's what silos are. Silos are them little things in the forest and the farm, the little white things, and it's like one way out. There's no multi-door type of thing on a silo. So sometimes it gets overwhelming. I gotta write it, I gotta get a cover, I gotta get all of these different things. break them down into compartments to where it's feeding that one need, and then move on to the next step. I hope that helped. Connecting different media formats, as in, again, we've talked about this, ranted a little bit. I ran through the whole thing a little bit, but I'm going to just still follow through. Books, audio, digital courses. So since we have some of y'all in here today, who am I going to pick on? I'm going to pick on Tiffany, right? So Tiffany has Growing in Grace, right? Her book, she added a journal in the back of it, right? Why is that important? It's important because now people can interact with her book. That's a selling point, right? So if Tiffany was to go and read her own audiobook, which I know she is, right? Because she just read the audiobook to this book right here, right? Which is in this series of these two books right there. They're all in the narrative mind of Emmanuel Simms. So let's say you have a really bad story that you don't want to let people know is you. She was like, I still want my original story by credit. I was like, I respect it. These people didn't want their names and identity out there, right? But we can still help tell your story without harming anybody or putting people, you know, who still out here working at CVS at risk and stuff like that. But then if she wanted to take it to the next level and create a digital course where she's teaching young sisters on video, like this video right here is going to be for sale. You guys are watching it live, but it's going to be for sale. You guys got it for free because you believed in me, you believe in yourself, and you can get first dibs on it. I'm going to chop this part out, of course, right? But they'll be paying for this course, right? And that's the way to take it to the next level. I'm still teaching you guys the same thing, how to publish your book, how to get your story out. Because God put me on this earth to be an example. Some of you have heard my prophecy about being the light. He's just using me to pass the message on. So let's keep moving forward. I want to be respectful of you guys' time. And I'm grateful that you guys chose to be with me today. Creating a cohesive brand message. So what does that mean? It means that my digital product does this to help people do this because of this. My digital products teaches authors how to make an additional income so that they can live the life that they want because they deserve a good quality life, right? So my point is, I found out how to make a lot of money off books, and I'll give you a quick formula. Call it gem number 5 or 6, whatever we at, right? On Amazon, and this is just for us, don't be out here giving out no trade secrets. I really like y'all. On Amazon, it may cost a couple of dollars to actually produce the physical copy of the book. So let's just say $5, right? You can say I want to get 100 books. So let's just say you're going to spend $500. Ultimate Lewis, she is not in here, but we did this with her book. She bought 100 books from Amazon. The way she was able to make all of her money back, how many books, comment in the chat, if she spent $500 for 100 books, how many books did she have to sell to make her money back? You just do, the cost of her book is $20. Just a little, I hate that we don't teachers give you those math problems, but forget the main portion. So at $20 a book, if she paid she got 100 copies for $500. Just put the $500 to the side. If she wanted to make her $500 back to break even, if she sold her books for $20, how many books does she need to sell to make $500? Somebody help me out. 25 books. Is that correct? 25 times 20 is 500. So we got it verified. That was so what I'm saying is a quarter of your books make your money back. You broke even. If you can sell 25 books, you can sell 25 more. I'm going to just tell you straight up. I don't care how scared it might sound. You can sell 25 books. You can sell 25 more. I'll tell you how. Let's get back into the slideshow. Listen, platform-specific approaches. People will buy your book sometimes in person and they'll buy it online. But when you have physical books in person and they may be shy and they don't want to walk up to you, they'll buy it online. But you say, I don't know nobody that's going to see me with my book. Exactly. So cross-promotion techniques. So what did we do? We can use it. Let's do a case study. Tiffany Stepney, the cost of the book is $5K in a second. God, dang, girl. But look, you can, so I'm going to tell you how to sell these products. That's what we're about to get at. God, because you've invested in your stuff. But I see you. Shouts out to her. Check her out. And we need to know some of your secrets. Listen, cross-promotion techniques, right? So I'm going to use Tiffany as a case study. We started off with the book. Then we did a documentary. It's an hour and some change. We took her documentary, and once we shot it and edited, and if you need me for video services, this is a selling point. But we took her documentary and we released it where people can see it, right? And people came to see it. They paid $25 a ticket, right? We had some light hors d'oeuvres, some light snacks, and people came to see the event. They cried, they boo-hooed, they had a little kumbaya at the end, because healing. A lot of people suffer from addiction. You will be surprised how many people have suffered from addiction, dealt with somebody with an addiction. It's so crazy, right? No, but our whole point is healing, so we know that that's a thing. So we created a space for healing. She only had 10 books at the time, right? She sold all the books, $20 a pop. She had 30 people to show up at $25 a ticket. You think anybody gonna show up because you ain't asked them to show up. You ain't asked them. You ain't put this, what they say, if you build it, they come. But that's cross promotion over just one thing, just her one story, one relationship. Thank God this got messed up so everybody out there in the future can find her, right? One relationship brought in over $1,000 worth of income because she was able to take it to the next level. We got somebody, is that a comment or somebody trying to come in? Yes. But so now there's an audio book. There's a hardback. There's multiple ways so that people can purchase the story. So at the event, we go back to building. It wasn't about the money, just FYI, but you got to pay for facilities. If y'all ever tried to do something, stuff costs. So we know that it's not about money. It's about building authentic connections. They could have saw the documentary and was like, what the hell? But they saw the documentary and wanted more. They wanted more. Exactly, big homie. So you got to be able to give them enough to want more. So I know that there's a lot of people out here with digital products. I know that Natalie has the cards. You know what I'm saying? You have these different products. And it's like, how can I cross promote? How can I get all of y'all women and men in here today at an author event? How about this? I'll schedule it. You guys don't have to pay a vendor fee. Bring your products and I'll create the marketing plan for us to get it out. Everybody just got to follow the marketing plan. I have to give respect and kudos where respect is due, because she was probably the least resistant person that I've worked with. When it was like, okay, whatever you need. Probably not the least, but we did a lot of projects. But she followed directions. She took, here, post this. This is what you need. She scheduled the post. You can ask her. She did the work. It takes a little bit. She said to me, this is a job. I said, duh. That's what I keep trying to tell you. But when you do the work, I'm not saying nobody, I know we all doing our efforts. Don't misunderstand me. Sometimes we need a different technique. But if I give you the technique and you don't do it, it's not me. She took the technique and it worked. That's the only reason why I feel confident to be over here telling y'all, look, she know, I was telling her, I said, look, I need more practice. I got the sauce, just like you got the sauce. Sometimes you need a little more confidence, and that's what in vivo exposure is, dripping into your fears slowly until I was anxious as hell before I got on here with y'all. Just to be transparent, I got on a body shaper and this shirt from Kufani, and I'll post the link, guys. If you guys are looking for some new merchandise or something to wear for the holidays, oh my God, they hooked my closet up for the holidays, y'all. So if you're looking for something nice, and that's another thing, I cross-platform with Amazon. I had Big Homie on the show, and now Amazon's sending me clothes. I wear the same thing if you follow me long enough. I don't have no money. I mean, I do, but my stuff go back into this stuff because I'm trying to leave a legacy for my children. And I'm going to get on balancing multiple projects. Because it may seem like, oh, you do a lot. No. Tiffany, no, I just sent her 3 books to format for me. I need help. I got books sitting on that and Wazoo. They done. It takes us format. You need a formula. You need a system. You need it. First thing, I come up with the name of the book. Second thing, I outline the book. Third thing, I write the book. Fourth thing, I go get a cover. You know what I'm saying? You need a check off list. And I'm providing that for you guys today. Yes. So I'm going to post that. I'm going to post one of these in the jank. I have some stuff for you guys today that I'm going to give you. Oh, snap. Hold on. Somebody trying to get in wants to join the call. Hold on. Hey, thank you. You missed a lot of good gems, but we recorded this. Don't worry. I got you. So this was, guys, the author that just came in. Shouts out to her, because this is where I felt I wanted to give more to my community. And she was like, look, I got these 2. She got a children's book, and I'm going to use it as a case study, and an adult book. And it's like, how do I manage these 2 projects, right? And I'm going to let you get this video when we're done. But balancing multiple projects, you came in right on time. God bless you. I was telling them it's having a system, right? So some of these books been written, but they was just sitting because when a person purchases a book, they're used to a certain aesthetic. They're used to a table of content. They're used to about the author. They're used to dedications. They're used to acknowledgement. And I'll get you guys a blueprint. I'll get you I'll get you guys a zip file. Matter of fact, I'll just make a whole Google Drive folder with all of the templates so that you can be ready and you can just put your book right into the templates. You gotta do the work, right? Once you get the product done, it's more than just getting it done. So I always call myself the first and last baton. I can get it started and I can finish it, right? But you got to do the stuff in between. So I'm going to pass you the baton. Market, first thing you need to do is put each product in a different category. And with system, you say, okay, life mastery. You go on Amazon, and if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to go on my Amazon and walk you guys through Amazon's so that you can understand how it works. Just so that you guys aren't like, what is he talking about? So a lot of you guys are already published. So when you have your book, right? Let's pull it up. Let's go to share, present, something else. Oh, it's Katie. There you go. Okay. Might be the wrong thing. Hold on. My bad. I'm sharing the wrong numbers, y'all. So when I get that up, because I got the wrong tab open. But what I want you to see is taking each product and treating it with respect, essentially. So if you have a children's book, have a campaign specifically for that book. Okay, here we go. So these are the different books that we got on there, right? You want to go to this marketing tab right there at the top. You want to click on marketing. So in order to capitalize off Amazon's marketing points, and do this with me if you need to, but we'll just watch, right? The first thing you got to do is enroll your book in the KDP Select. So this book right here, Innovate to Elevate. I set it there on purpose because I wanted to do this with you. So I'm going to hit continue, right? So now my book, if you read, it says, please confirm that you want to enroll your book. This confirming this, your KDP will be enrolled in KDP and available for digital format and other format during this enrollment. KDP, you can read, make sure you read the terms and conditions. I've read them a billion times, right? Because I got to read them to people sometimes, right? Because some people have disabilities and we got to do that. So once it's enrolled, right, in KDP Select, and this is more so for those adult books, novels, whatever. It also works for kids' book, but once it's in there, right, you can do two things this Christmas. I want to give you some practical stuff you can do right now. So you can either do a Kindle countdown deal where it creates a time-based promotion where the price is like dropping, right? Or you can do a free deal. Now, I've watched one of the authors who's in our competition do this, Icarus. He made his books free so that he can get sales. Now, sale counts as any order. I say that even if they get it for Kindle Direct and it's free, it counts when they start turning the pages, right? So we're going to go and create a free book promotion, right? So it says choose when the promotion will start and end based off of midday Pacific time. Make sure you pay attention to that, guys. That is so important. And make sure that you communicate that with your audience. And I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to start tomorrow. Now, this is the second book that I have going on promotion for tomorrow because, frankly, I'm on this letterboard and I'm losing. I'm the house supposed to win. Look, y'all, I'm losing. They dogging me. Look, Ultimate, Icarus, look at Tiffany in third. They tied up. And that's based off book sales. I don't like to lose. So I got two of my books going on promotion because I don't like to lose. So boom, save changes, saving promotion. So most of us are African American or African indigenous descent. So we learn best through person to person. That's our axiology. So this is science. I'm telling you, you got no excuse. I love you. I just playing, but no, for real. Pick one of the books. I know you got a couple of books. Boom, free book promotion. Take that, right? Command C. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to go to ChatGPT, right? If you go on ChatGPT and you search for a page turner, right? You should be able to find this thing right here. And I can share this with y'all. If you post this in here, right? But you got to make sure you put the name of the book. Don't just be like, I'm saying out here, just like give me this, and then you put the name of the book. So which book was that we did that on? Innovate. So let me go pull up the link to that. Give me a second. Thank you for your patience. So Innovate to Elevate, right? So what I'm doing is, you can't see me because I have so much work to go from tab to tab. I'm going on Amazon and I'm taking the description. I went from the top of the page to the bottom of the page and then boom. Right? Y'all can't say Emmanuel ain't at least try to give you a free promo. Because then you do this, it aligns with whatever you put into Amazon page. I coded this. So first of all, if y'all don't know what I do for a living, right? I work for different AI companies where we help make sure the AI is smart. So when it comes to AI, I know what I'm talking about, right? So just do what I told you verbatim, right? And then you go to Facebook and you post it. And a lot of y'all who are my friends on Facebook, this is going to pop up on your timeline in the next couple of seconds. You know what I mean? And I'm sharing this with you because it only takes a couple of seconds to promote yourself, right? And that is what it's going to take if you want to make some money selling books. Let's get back to the presentation. You're going to have to go the extra mile and promote yourself in a very creative way. So take a couple of these techniques and run with them, because you got to understand the audience are different. Each one of you might like reading your books differently. If y'all want, real quick, I know y'all, I'm making y'all work. In the comments, put how you prefer to read your book. Do you prefer audiobook? Do you prefer it in your hand? Right? Do you prefer a hard, physical, thick back? Do you prefer the Kindle because you can swipe? What do you prefer to read your books? And let's just see. And I'm not, this is Kindle. Somebody said Kindle. Now let's see. Do everybody even got a Kindle? Right? How do you prefer to read your books? Right? And I like that one person said Kindle because who want to barter? Books and audio. Cool. Audio and physical. Exactly. So if you know that you prefer to listen or read your book differently, understand that the people that's buying your books, they do too. So each customer is different. Now, I respect that about my customer. I respect that all of y'all are different and that some of y'all looking at the clock say, he got 18 minutes. He better come on. I'm on slide 23. We doing good, though. I feel like I dropped a lot of gems. But my point is, and some of y'all are like, oh, why he muted? I want to talk. Everybody got different feelings. You want to be able to try to cater to all of these different people. And it's a lot of work, but you can do it. You can tell ChatGPT, cater this for, y'all want to do it with me? Y'all want me to do it with y'all? Let's just do it together. I'll come back to this slide. I'm going to show you because I really want y'all to win. Y'all my tribe, point blank period. And I don't care. Okay. I like to talk to the computer. Cater this towards an audience of physical, Kindle, audio, and paperback. Each make me 4 different posts that align with those different mediums. Boom. So a couple of seconds, and Paige is going to go ahead and write you post number 1. Boom. This one. What's your favorite spark? And but look, they're catered to different. This one, books in your hand. That's the keyword, in your hand. The other one is digital. So they gave me 4 for each. So this one is a digital one. So innovate, elevate with the cell phone emoji. You understand? Like the audio with the headphone emoji. It caters it towards the audience. So I want you to be aware of your audience. I want you to be aware that some people have, I'm on the autistic spectrum, I'm neurodivergent. So my eyes see things differently. And making sure that you're able to talk to people in that, right? So my time management tips is, I know I'm rambling, but I want to make sure I meet my time management tips is write out what you want to get done by that time. And I'm a former career coach, so yes, goals, right? Know what SMART goals is in the audience. It's measurable, attainable, and then time. I forgot what R. I always get R messed up. Basically, you treat it like your child, right? If you got children or nieces or nephew, right? If you wouldn't leave your kid in a mall by itself, don't leave your book on the shelf by itself. Assume that when you walk away from your book too long, that your book is in danger. Assume, for the parents, when you don't hear nothing, run around that corner. When you're not selling, run around that corner. What am I doing? Maybe I need to post more. Maybe I need to. Gem number 7, ask for the sale. I was number 1 in the sales district when I worked at Sprint. Number 1 because I had no problem with asking people who was coming in there to pay their cell phone bill, hey, you don't need another case for your phone? I know y'all want this book because you want to make sure some of y'all 1971 babies, I need to make sure that you don't get caught into the sugar mama trap. You need to make sure that y'all not getting caught up in that because it's real. And even it's so bad that they targeting women in their 30s these days. You know what I'm saying? These mamas, they stop raising them. All right, I'm trying to be funny. If it's not funny, I'm sorry. I wasn't funny when you signed up for this. Resource allocation. So I have a 90-day plan I'm going to give you guys. And again, setting realistic. Oh, realistic. That's what R mean. Realistic. You got to set. That's it. There you go. Realistic. There you go. Relevant. No, you said relevant and time bound. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Well, I thought it was realistic. But you need to set realistic goals too. If you know that you're not going to get out there and sell them books, be real with yourself. I did door-to-door salesmen, guys. So I'm going to tell you why. I was struggling. I was crying out there. People were slamming their door in my face. Oh my God. Some people did buy books, but that was the little bit of motivation. I was doing door-to-door sales because I believe in myself. And I was struggling to pay bills. And I got kids and women looking at me like, your art ain't selling. Give up. Go get a job. They not saying it. The kid ain't saying it for sure. But why are you still trying? Give up. That's the look that's in you. I don't believe in this. They don't believe in the art. If that's you, guys, I said, I can't keep making excuses. I got $300 worth of books. So I went outside and I'm door to door, knocking on people's doors, and I'm selling books, and people was looking out their blinds. And I just remember breaking down crying and said, oh my God, I was about to go get a job. And then somebody told me at the MIC, they was like, a lot of entrepreneurs, they think being an entrepreneur is not going to get a job. That's not true. Being an entrepreneur, it shouldn't be about not getting a job. It should be about being wealthy, right? And setting realistic goals is not saying I don't want to not have a job, but I want to be wealthy, because marketing costs money. And if all the money that you're bringing in are coming from your books is going into your marketing, you're going to be hungry. And I was hungry, y'all. I was so hungry, whatever. So I got a marketing checklist that I'm going to give you guys. And let me post some of these inside of this. Can you put files in here? I don't know if you can put files in here, but I have it, and it's a PDF. I've already went over the case study. I talked about Brandon's success no, I didn't. So Brandon had a TV show pilot, Brandon T. Jackson State of Mind. I was one of the executive producers, right? And I said, bro, same thing Sophia Stewart said. So we put it out as a book first. He wrote down all of his tips. He was like, I'm going to tell you what he said. That was some of the best advice for him, because the show was able to develop easily. Right? When you got a blueprint, when you have a Bible, even in film they use the story Bible, it's because it's the source knowledge, right? And I'm gonna just jump through that because I did talk about that. So from book to series, if you have one book and you want to take it to the next level, write part 2. Write it. Here you go. How to Tame an F-Boy. We have the workbook, the actual book, the F-Boy journal, and then we have a Christmas edition where every page says it's you, but in a different language. It's so jolly. And then we bundle it up, and then you can get the bundle. So let's say Growing in Grace, right? I'm just use Tiffany as an example. But then she'll say Growing in Grace for women over 50. Boom. Free idea. Take it and run. Arnita has the celibacy course that she's developing. So you write the book, you deliver the course, and you also have the audio. So in the audio, you say, and if you're someone who prefer to get the paperback. We have a physical copy for you available. In the physical copy, now if you want to listen to my amazing voice and you sitting here just turning these pages and wish you could hear me, is it in this one? No, we put it in, oh yes we did. So look, prime example. Used to love a crackhead. Don't screenshot this. You can if you want to. If you scan this barcode inside of her book, so y'all can get it, you can watch the documentary for free. So this book is now being adapted into a series, right? So we have this one lady whose mother was a crackhead, and we have another person who used to love a heroin head. So we are flipping them over and over and over and over again. And again, just to beat into the head of transmedia storytelling. I'm still telling my story of my life. I'm still talking about my favorite publication. This was the first book I've ever went to the copyright office and was like, I want to protect. Not first book, first concept, right? And I got a lot of stuff copyrighted, but this was the first one that I was like, I love this the most. And don't be afraid to go and pay that couple of dollars to get the copyright. It's a game changer. This book started as a TV little skit show. Y'all remember my little cartoons? And now I wanted to do a graphic novel, but I wanted to do it with my baby. I didn't want to do it. I could have did somebody else's graphic novel. No, I want to do it with my stuff, the Clouts, my baby. This is my baby, right? We got the Clouts music. Whoever came in here earlier, you heard the songs playing. The Clouts got their own Christmas album. You see what I'm saying? But we're talking about publishing. Let's bring it back. It pays when people listen to it. So you type in Emmanuel Simms, the Clouts. Everything pops up that you see there. Those are products. And I'm only giving y'all this game because you want as many digital products as possible. I know that when I pass away, that my kids gonna always have a passive income. I know that when I come back into the next life, if whatever is true is true, I know I'm gonna have good examples to come and read when I get back. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta create it so that it exists. The marketing approach, this is what y'all came here for. I know. Facebook has it now. First of all, you need to turn your page into a professional page. That's one. Facebook has it now where you can schedule your posts through the Meta Business Suite. I'll walk you through it. I want to provide as much value as possible. All right, I'm going to use a client of mine who I know she wouldn't mind me using her as an example. And I know I'm being mindful of time, so I'll be brief. And if you guys want to hang out, just put in the comment that you're not tripping about the time. And I won't take forever, but I will be considerate, all right? So this is my soror. I manage her social media account, right? So you go to Planner. So once you, first of all, let's just walk, well, I can't walk you through how to get there, but you need to go to Meta Business Suite. So business.facebook.com, right? Oh, I'm on page. I'm sorry. So this is her, no, I'm sorry. Present something to this one. So, okay, so from this page, there you go, perfect. Once you go to the dashboard, you click that, just so you know how to get there. All right, I'm sorry if it's confusing. From there, you go to here. And then you want to go on the side again, and click Planner. From there, it gives you suggested dates and different things like that. So we already have a post scheduled for the 17th. I'm going to hit Schedule Post. I'm going to go to my chat GPT because I already have her stuff ready. I'm going to scroll down. Y'all to follow me so y'all don't think I'm just making nothing up. Let me scroll, show y'all this. What day was that? The 17th? Right here. I trained my AI to make sure that it's ready for every occasion. It's only a few of y'all in here, so I don't mind giving this away. I really love y'all, and I appreciate y'all spending y'all Saturday with me. So then we're going to go back to Meta. Right? And then we're going to save. Yes, we're going to set it for. So the peak time right there that Facebook suggests was 6 o'clock based off her algorithm. It's here. Now, I don't mind doing some plain posts. Normally, I will put a picture on this so that it can go to Instagram. And just for educational purposes, I will. And you got to be organized, guys. So I have a folder with stuff for her already, okay? You got to get organized. Start taking your stuff serious. You got to start treating yourself like you're doing somebody. I can do this for everybody else. I need to be able to do this for me. You got to start treating your stuff. Prompt me to schedule another post. So if I wanted to, boom, I can schedule another post. Back to back. Back to back. Continue editing. And then go back to ChatGPT and get the one for the next day. It takes a second, but our axiology, remember, we learn best from each other, guys. You're learning from a master social media specialist. Like, I ain't just blowing toots. I'm talking about, I used to be on computers when computers first came out. If you want to go further, now this is ridiculous. No, you need to lower that. They trying to get you. They will try to take your money. Don't spend your money. Not with them. Not directly. So, let's go back. So, but you have to get a plan in order, because some days you're not going to want to post. But if you have these scheduled posts, when you do feel like posting, you can just feel like posting type of Whenever I feel like posting, I post. But most of the time, my stuff's scheduled. Yeah, baby. I take it back from social media. I take it back from a job. You got to buy back your time. The way you buy back your time is with your assets, with your intellectual properties. Because look, if I died today, Somebody wanted to take Baltimore City Cop, let's say his family, the original person that this book's about, wanted to get his family next level. We already wrote that contract. So he has permission to do whatever he wants with it without my permission. All I need is derived from this book. You can do whatever you want with the product as long as it says in based on. That's why we did a remake of her story. She can still take her story and write a whole nother book. A whole nother. That is the point. It's transmedia. It's more and more and more and more and more. Okay. All right. I'm going. So result I learned. That's it, guys. It's consistency. Is staying on top of it, looking at your statistics, looking at your data. Earlier, my Amazon thing popped up. It's because I keep a window open so I can watch the authors. I update the authors' sales as they come through. So as they're coming through, I'm watching my numbers. I'm watching that as of the 15th, Ultimate Laura Huggins sold a book. Healing While Black sold a book. Icarus Carpaccio selling books. It's like you keep up with your stuff. I'll tell you my morning or week. Sometimes I do it throughout the day. I check KDP. It's in my blog. You got to check your numbers every single. You have to, because sometimes you need a little bit of motivation. Sometimes, if you like me, but when I get a percent, I'm like, you know what? I need to work harder. I need to work harder. So remind yourself that you need to work harder. Number 2, I check ACX. That's the audio book. So if you have a book out, go on to do your audio book. It's free. Amazon take a portion, but if you ain't doing deals with Jeff Bezos, you know what I mean? Who you doing business with? Who you doing business with? I'm doing business with Jeff Bezos and Emmanuel Simms and everybody in this group chat. I've done business with everybody. So let's keep moving forward. Immediate steps to take action. Message. Everybody in here, if you got a product, you got something, I'm going to do a write-up of this, and I'll post your stuff in our article so that people can purchase your book. You want to have blogs. Watching your blog. Number 8. Metadata. You want to make sure that someone, even if it's you, about your products. You need to make sure that someone, even if it's you, is writing about your product. When you make sure we're the same bracket of things, big homies poetry, big homies whatever, and they type in big homie, you may not. So I'm gonna give you a prime example. Who've had a good realtor who just stay up your butt, and you're not about to buy nothing from them, but you love them because they send you holiday cards, they like your best friend, but they trying to sell you a house, right? I felt so bad for this guy. I said, bro, listen, I'm not in the market to buy a house, but let me sit down and help you publish your book. I helped him publish his book, and I will buy you. I bought his book from him because I wanted to spend money with him, but I didn't want to buy a house. So how many people love you? They know to spend money with you, but you ain't got nothing to buy. They can't afford nothing you selling. Make something for them to buy. Create something for them to buy. People sitting around you, they need to be buying something from you. But if you don't have nothing to sell or nothing, you got to just make something. And not just trading your time for money. What I trade, I go on the internet and I may make content, I may make videos, I may make these things. But I put myself in the lottery, right? It's 6 million people in the state of Maryland. Meaning I'm trying to at least get them to spend at least $1 with me a piece. Right? Don't give up. There's always another creative way to do it. Steps is put yourself out there. Be uncomfortable. Partnerships and brand partnerships. Go to your local library. If you're in Columbia, Howard County, I'm gonna just say Howard County. Howard County, you can go fill out a form. If you're in Maryland, most of us in the DMV, fill out a form and put your book inside the library. If there's other ways to do it in libraries, get your books in the libraries. You gotta go let's go. I'm gonna send everybody this resource list. I know we've run over our time. And I'm gonna send everybody this marketing checkoff list that we have. My contact information, you guys know, and then that's it. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna stop presenting, and I'm gonna try to bring myself to the front, and I'm gonna Q&A. Anybody that want to join, let me see. I said I was gonna know how to do this. Ask any questions that you have for me if you want to stick around and ask any questions. If you, I don't know how to cut your mic on if you can. I don't know if you can cut your mics on. Okay, so
Okay, it's Tajana. How you
hey
doing?
Tajana, that's how you girl. I'm so happy you said that. How you?
I'm good. So I did have a question, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. But on the front of my mind right now would be making the professional page for the book, right? What you said about the blogging makes complete and total sense because I've been following my intuition on blogging, what I'm doing each day, because people are just interested in that apparently. So, my question would be, as far as let's say my personal page right now on my Facebook, is that what I would want to turn into my author's page, so to speak, and then blog there and do those things there to get the best value for what I'm doing?
Yes, I tell you why. Because a lot of times people go and try to make a new account. I want to make a new author page. I want to make a new. The problem
Yes,
with
that
that,
definitely happened with my other page.
me too, right? Same. But you have to build a new audience now. And now you're trying to get people to leave from where they already are to come here to do what you need them to do. That's one, right? So if they're already at, I realize this Facebook page has the most, I'm going to mine this Facebook page. And I just got on Facebook. I've been on Instagram for years, but people on Instagram ain't spending no money, honey.
My
And people,
demographic is definitely on Facebook, but
absolutely.
it's a very hard truth. They are right there.
Yep. And I had to accept that myself. So creating that space there where it's already at. And yes, day in the life stuff. So to answer your question, hook your life or whatever, call to action, right? Have you guys ever wondered if life could be a lot easier? Well, I'm going to show you this self-care routine that I go to. I'll go to this routine. They watch it. I'm there. All right. If you want to know more about that, make sure you check out my life mastery book. I tell you a little bit about blah, 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 blah. You ask for the sell.
That is perfect because my life is completely revolving around these children. And I can segue so easily with the children's books with that in mind. And then when I have the marketing going on for whenever I get there to the adult book, I can do the same thing, but it would be more focused around me as opposed
Yes.
to the kids.
Yes.
That tracks. That really makes sense. Thank you.
My pleasure. And if the other question comes up, please feel free. Anybody else? You got me. This is me. I'm here. Whatever you want, pick my brain. This ain't the $15 session. I'm just playing. No, you got me, y'all. I got y'all. I'm here. Ask me whatever you want. I'm here. All right. If we don't have any more, I'm gonna
Wait, one more.
take your time.
With the I saw you were talking about moving the series, right? Where we're looking at the book to being a series of books, and then that being the blueprint for, let's say, like a movie or cartoons or whatever. That being something that I'm strongly wanting to get into right now would probably be the point where I'm actually focused mainly on the book stuff, right? So you focus on the book stuff, create that life, create that audience, and then that other stuff, if you will, it will start to be able to be developed on its own. Is there a certain time frame I should put on that?
So the beauty of life is everybody's inspired by somebody. So as you're creating that blueprint, right? I look at my life as a mosaic. I tell people, take a step back and really look at me, and you'll see what it is, right? And it's a beautiful masterpiece, right? So as you are creating these series, right? You may have intention on what you want them to be. Manifest it, right? Manifest it to the point where someone calls you and say, "Hey, I found your book, and I want to turn it into a series." Still do your day to day, right? Still go to work. Remember, don't quit that job. Still do your day to day, making the book, making the series, adding to the series, building the world. Think about the audience, right? There's this website called Fandom, right? I'm on Fandom. I gotta keep going back up because so much work. I'm gonna hire somebody to do it. Go on Fiverr, hire somebody to do it, right? Fandom, you come up with your characters. You say, that's the character, this is their story. But it's like a Wikipedia for your book, right? So it's like, when I say taking your book serious, it's like, if you go and look up your favorite author, you might be able to see their characters from the book got a whole backstory. And it's publicly available, right? So making your story, the whole thing available. Let's say they only identify with one vampire. Team, let's do the vampire movie. They was Team Jacob and Team so-and-so. They made a whole thing out of it, right? So you got to give people that space to make that. So in the checkoff list, I give you all the tools that you can use, and I give you some different ideas. But what you want to do is, in your adult book, if there is a main character in this, Officer Malik, right? In the back of it, we're already promoting the next book, and that's his dad's story, right? In this story, we're talking about how he's driving the streets of Baltimore, and he's going through this and that, this and that. We can start selling cop badges. You understand? In the meantime, we can start telling his origin story on a blog site, right? Maybe your blog just talks about the characters. Maybe your blog just tells little side stories about the intimacy that caught on. Like, we got Reboot so far, it's a 5-book series, right? But then we have spin-offs of each character makes its own story. So if it's thinking about the audience, what's your favorite book?
Oh man.
Come on now. Give me something.
My favorite book would have to be
The Alchemist. Who was the main character?
honestly, I can't even remember his name.
It's all good, right? But I don't know where we're going with that. They didn't give me enough information.
Yeah, but no, I get what you're saying with that, right? One of the things that got me so caught up in The Alchemist is everything had an energy. So I took that upon myself to meditate more, to dive deeper into the spirit of the wind, the spirit of the sun, and so forth. So these could be blogs, these could be personal things that people can dive into. I follow you.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm saying. So you could take the win. Hit me out before you clear me out, though, right? Take the win and now write a bunch of children's books just teaching the wind. That's what I'm talking about. You felt that?
Okay, I did.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because that's what I want. I want this to be relatable, these things to be understandable to children. That's what I focus on for my kids. Okay.
But that is, and then
I'm so happy right now.
so you just take. I'm so happy. I'm happy you said that. Okay, but it's taking the mediums and making it available, making it resourceful, thinking about the audience, considering your customer. Like, they want. Let's say you seen a commercial and it wasn't about the book, but it was just about the character. And you're like, damn, I like him. And then you find out later on it's attached to a book. Or you see a little video clip on Twitter or TikTok and you say, oh, I want to go see that movie. Because it was just a little snippet of somebody who reminded you of you. So you go watch the movie. That's what you're doing. You're giving them little snippets of you so that they can come find you. And then all of your products will be available when they come to the market. Anybody else? I'm glad that helps. Anybody else? Any other questions? Yes, I needed a voice.
So you know that I'm passionate about finances, about celibacy, about grief. Would you advise me to pick one of those topics and focus on it first? Or can I delve into different things simultaneously with 3 different topics?
So happy you asked that question. So I do this thing called composting. I had went through this manly little journey or whatever, and we had to use these buckets or whatever, right? And we used to have to use them to use the bathroom. Not to be disgusting. But later on, we would take that stuff and you would fertilize the land so that you can grow corn and other different vegetables or whatever, right? I say all this to say, I learned to multitask from that concept. Sometimes you gotta, say you start on one. Let's say you start on grief. And instead of balling it up and throwing it in the trash, put the shit in the bucket, right? You're going to use it later. Then you might jump to this one. And you might do all this work or whatever, and it's like, it's not there. Put it in the bucket. Then you might get to the celibacy, and you're like, oh, I'm feeling flow. And that might be the one you could really get out. It ain't nothing. You put the shit on paper, right? Once it's done, you might go back and say, oh, you know what? That was easy. You know what I should have did when I was doing this one? And then you're able to use the techniques from that, whatever you did, to complete the other one. And then you're like, oh, man, shoot, I got that. Or you can just keep doing the triangle. Keep jumping from them as you get inspired. As long as you're doing those steps every single day. Maybe you don't got to write a page every day. Don't people screw you over with that. That's a lot of work. But if you ideate about it every day, if you just have a conversation with yourself, Steve Harvey said he looked at the piece of paper every day, said we want to go on TV. If you just give it attention every day, you'll get those 3 books out in no time. And we have techniques and tools and writers if you need help. But yes, I think you should do all 3. You don't have to wait to do them. I honestly wouldn't wait to do them. I would do them all 3 simultaneously. I would have 3 Microsoft Words open, and whenever I feel like doing one or the other one, I would do it and just add as many points as possible. And then seek counsel, seek Tiffany, reach out to somebody for feedback, see how you can make it longer, go on ChatGPT to expand on your ideas, see what somebody else said. Do whatever you got to do to get it done, because once the product is done, that's money. And you got a team and we ready. We always say EVOE exposure is the only place you can come in sometimes when it comes to books with just an idea and you can turn it into a solid income. Because I employ you. We need those books. And think about how you want to deliver them. Do you want them to be teaching workbooks? Do you, in a book, I'll tell you this, a book don't got to be 100 pages. A book could be 20 to, it got to be, sometimes on Amazon it got to be minimum 27 pages, but a book don't got to be no long book. Ultimate Lewis book, I wish I had a copy of it. Her book was a little under 30 pages. But she dropped so many being concise. Y'all know about being concise. Sometimes you can just say what needs. Today, I ain't beat around the bush. I ain't trying to oversell. I ain't trying to do. I got straight to the point. And she said she understood. That's happy. One person get it, I'm happy. I still hear. I said somebody enjoying something. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you can just tell people, look, put the butter on the bread. And sometimes people need to hear it like that. Sometimes all that extra fluff is cool, but it ain't really needed. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, sis. And it's hard, and you want to get involved, you want to get physical, but it's okay. Take a deep breath. Whenever I feel like I'm about to fall backslide into a bad relationship, I breathe. Tell her what you do exactly. I take a step back. I go. I don't. I'm a comedian, so I'm not trying to say nothing funny. I just try to keep on. But whatever your thing, whatever that resource, that value, you get me. Value is because whatever that value is, articulate that as concise as possible. Don't overthink making it thick. Do what some other people did. Put some extra pages in the back of it. You know what I'm saying? Add some illustrations in it. You know what I'm saying? I love this one book. He had journal pages. Big homie showed us that when he was on the show. The dude had notebook pages from his actual journal in the book. So get creative. It could be pictures of grandma's old recipe, and then you drew some stuff to say, well, I did it like this instead of you can. The more unique, the better sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, don't be afraid to be creative. Just give her what she needs. Give him what he needs. Don't feel like I gotta be a freaking Lawrence Fishburne. Don't feel like he's not an author. I like that. I don't know. That's horrible. But don't feel like you gotta be theologians. Be you. Man, that's it. Just give them what they need. No doubt.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I hope that helped. And you call me in time here.
Absolutely, and that definitely helped.
Appreciate it. Anybody else? Don't be shy. So you might ask a question somebody else need to hear. I know you're still in here. Big homie, you got something for me? All right, if not, guys, thank y'all so much. I'm still going to leave it open. I'm going to give a second, but thank you so much. It means a lot to me to have you here. I am in this competition. So look, go buy some of my books. Get the free ones, add them to your, just purchase the free ones, as many of my free ones as possible. If they on Kindle, just add them all to your thing and just hit, because I'm not going to get the 10 points. I'm giving them 10 points if they do the post. I'm not doing that. I got to play fair because I know I can post all day, right? And that's not fair because that's my profession. But I don't want to lose. I'm at 1. And make me look good a little bit, y'all. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday with me. If no one's told you they love you today, know that God loves you and so do I. I specialize in video production and transmedia storytelling. So if you have a story, let me help you tell it and make some money. My name is Emmanuel Simms. I love you guys. Wait, somebody coming on. What's up, Tiffany?
Oh, no, I just wanted to say thank you. It was very helpful. I'm glad that Arnita asked a question about multiple things going on because it resonated with me, because at first I felt like do one thing at a time, because a lot of times people tell you, oh no, do one thing at a time. You got to finish one chapter before you start the next one. But I'm also a multitasker, and if I have a thought about something, I need to get this down. And then I'm like, I need to do this. So thank you, Arnita, for asking that question, because you just confirmed about the multiple things that I need to set out to do. So again, thank you, Emmanuel, for this helpful session. People who missed it, I'm glad they can watch it again, but you really did drop some gems. So thank you again.
No problem.
And I'm also in the competition as well.
Gotta ask for the sale. I'm not mad at you.
There's 2 options for me. The newest one, Growing in Grace, but then also the book that Emmanuel adapted my story for. I Used to Love a Crackhead. So.
And look, she wasn't on the drugs. She just was dealing with somebody that had the addiction, y'all. So it's a really good read. I
used to love him.
She used to. She's so big homie. I know you're looking for a wife. But no, let me appreciate. Listen, to answer. I know you didn't ask a question, but to go back to that multitasking thing, right? Last thing I'll say on it is your ideas deserve it, right? Your ideas deserve it, and system. That's what I was gonna get at. System. Again, if you need the formula again, it's write that line of what that idea is. Grief, celibacy, finance. I want them to know Remember what we did, Arnita, when we was in the meeting? I want them to know about this. I want them to know about that. I want those key points that you really feel like they should know that they struggle with. If you've been telling me about getting my little percentage, I've been doing my percentage on I'm trying to get my credit together, but I've been working actively on it because you just said a few words. And I'm like, oh, that really worked for you? You say, that worked for me. Just that helped. You know what I'm saying? So when you understand how people operate, you can say, just turn it to the left. And then, bam, bitch, I've been doing it to the right this whole time. I was wondering why it ain't cutting on. You know what I'm saying? How many times we done pulled at a push door? Like, it's okay. And the problem is we've been conditioned. And you just got to understand a lot of people has been conditioned. So you want to come up with a system, title, different details, and then you write about each one of those different details. They don't got to be long. Just fill in those points. If you feel like you need more pages, you won't know that until you get on Amazon. So once you get that done, then you're like, okay, I need 27 pages. So then you can add some more pages, add a title page, add I made this book because page, made a this and that page, I made it that. Do whatever you got to do. Excuse me, put some pictures in there. Have AI come up with some pictures and put them on the different blank pages. But coming up with a system so that you follow it per book. That's the answer to all of the problems. I'm gonna write it. Like now I'm at my system right now is idea, because I use a lot of AI. Idea. I do pre-production, meaning who is the characters. We talked about this. Where's the plot? Where you got to do all that. That's what makes it authentic. That's what makes it your story. If you decide to use AI, it's the details. It's the pre-production. It's the backstories. You still got to do that work, right? And then from there, you branch it off into different mediums, and that's the last gem I'm going to give you. But you got to do the pre-production. That's what I walked away with from Full Sail. Pre-production. That's everybody want to get into the film and they want to make their movie, but they ain't thinking about this. They ain't thinking about the sunlight. They ain't thinking about this. They ain't thinking about what that means. They're not thinking about the stuff first. Think about what you're trying to get first. She always say, do the end first. Think about the end first. And then, if it might rain. You planning an event. It might rain. You might need to do it inside. We need to have a backup plan. You got to be thinking about every little thing in the beginning. You're going to get hit. Think about those. Most times, just think about those key points and just tackle those key points, y'all. Make sure that it follows your narrative. Make sure it's what you want and stay on top of it. And that's it. That's the last thing, Tiffany, because you didn't say it, but I'm going to just answer it. It's a system. You need a system. So once you take it from there, you write it. Once you write it, you get the cover. Once you get the cover, you format the cover for the different formats. You need a different cover for hardback. You need a different cover for paperback. You need a different cover for audio. You need a different cover for Kindle. So format and then go on Canva. That's going to be in the little list I give you. Go on Canva, hit reformat. Take your time. Read those little things on Amazon. They're going to tell you everything that you need. If you fuck up, excuse my language, my son right there, Lord, if you make a mistake, they're going to tell you in the email where you made the mistake at. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. I got to get to a birthday party. So listen, get these books. Get the free ones. We just made a book available for free, Innovate to Elevate. Again, I did my outro, but Tiffany jumped in. If no one's told you they love you, they know that God loves you, and so do I. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.